Good morning, everyone. It's Kathy Schmitt, the Backyard Stamper, and today I'm going to work on more of my daughter's wedding. I recently ordered more pictures because I've realized I didn't have the ones for the getting ready for the wedding, so I wanted to have those because that was where um, my daughter and my both of my daughters and I were getting ready, so it's kind of fun. Okay, so let's get started, and I will be using the Currently Loving kit and maybe building some additional pages for it because I took a lot of pictures. Okay, so my name's Kathy Schmitt. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Hampshire, and I come live to you every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for some scrapbooking fun. I hope you bring your projects and work on whatever crafting projects you are and keep me company. And I also go live on Thursday night at 7 p.m. with card sketches, um, sneak peeks, swaps. That's my Thursday night is all about cards, and my Sunday morning is all about scrapbooking. All right, here we go. All right, let me just zoom this out a little bit. I realized last week I was so close that I couldn't even see my 2-page spreads. Okay, so let me move my keyboard. All right, let's just recap. So what I have done is I have the preliminary, well, I started with the wedding and then let's see here, started with the wedding, and then I had, oh, here we go. These are pictures of getting to the island, and this is where my daughter Heidi, her now husband, saw her in the first time in her dress, which she made. So this is all, he's just blown away by it. And then I had some photos of us walking to the the ceremony. So let me, and that will be the second page of this one. So I had a lot of pictures on those too. I'll move these out of the way. I actually sorted my pictures before I came today, so half the battle is choosing your pictures. Okay, let me just come a smidge closer. There. I think that looks good. Okay. So we have okay, so these are the pictures that I wanted to kind of have. So I had some with my folks. Okay, and there's my son walking my mom talking to Heidi, and there's my dad escorting me. So these are the ones that I'm kind of going to try to fit on this page. And to do that, I'm going to get my mini chopper and some white willow to back the photos. So these 2 pages will sort of matchy-matchy. I don't need my nose on there either. Okay, let me see if I had any other white willow cut. And I have some pieces here. So this is the kit Currently Loving that I'm using. And so I've already made some of my pages, the framework for them. And now as we start putting them together, I'm going to continue to add my photos and the doodads that go with it. Okay, so if I need any more white willow, I will cut a new piece. All right, and this one doesn't look like it belongs. All right, so let's see here. First, I'm going to chop down my photos. So let me just gather them up. And let's chop. So let's see here. Because I'm going to fit a lot of pictures on here, I am going to, we'll leave my dad in the background. He's walking me because my son was walking my mom. So we'll do that one, and then we'll do my dad, which I love that he was walking me because Marty was ahead with Heidi. Let's see here. Let's cut that one down a little bit more. I don't need so much coat. Let's see. If I do 4, all right, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, if I can get it down just a smidge. I'm trying to get it to 4. And then it will be a 4x4 square. There. Okay, so that one's a square piece. This one, let's see what this measured. Let's get that one down to 4 as well. So we'll have 2 4x4, and actually I can go 3.25 with that one. All right, let's do that, because then my white piece will be 4x4. So let's see if we can cut some of that down. Sure we can, right? Let's see here. 3.25. That's going to be pretty close to my dad's head. So let's see. There. Okay, so I've got 2 3x3/4, 3 3/4 squares. So that's good. And this one here is going to have to stay big. But you can see my mom talking to Heidi. Isn't that fun? All right, and then we have them. This is us at the thing. I'm going to chop off my dad because it's a really nice picture of me and my mom. Let's see here. And let's see what we can get that down to. Let's see if we can get it down to like 3x3. What was that one? 3.25. Let's see how much I can cut off. Three and a quarter. Yep. So, all right. So I've got another square. Here's all of us together waiting for them to walk down the aisle. And let's see here. Okay, so we'll do that. I don't know if I'm going to use all these pictures. This is Chris and his brother, Ryan. And they are standing at the front, just kind of watching the guests arrive. And here's Chris with his brother. Okay, so let's see. All right. And I know that picture, the photographer took it on an angle, so I'm not a fan of that, but we'll see how we do. Okay, so there's all my choppity chop. And let's see what we can do. All right, so let's see how many pictures I ended up with. I have these, I have this one, this big one. Let's see if we can move some of these down. Let's see. Okay, so Chris and his brother should be at the top because everything else, if you go in procession, you know. And then Heidi talking to my mom, or my mom talking to Heidi could go there. So I'm going to put that picture crooked, I know. Then I have these two. I wonder if I can straighten it. I don't think I can because I chopped it. Oh well. Let's see what we do. And then I have these. Let's see here. If I move this over, and then I do this, then I have a little more room for everybody. Okay, so let's see here. I think I'm trying to squish everything in. This one has to be chopped down. Let's see here. What did I cut that at? 3 5/8. No, 3 3/8. So if I do 3 3/8 again. All right, we'll just keep them on the slant because I can't really fix it at this point. Hello, Cindy. Thanks for popping on. I really missed that hour of sleep, I'll tell you. Okay, so we've got my mom talking to Heidi, and then she's telling her good luck and everything, and it's really neat because my mom, Heidi, made the veil, so it's just a sweet moment, you know, where they were chatting. Good luck, Heidi. Thanks, Grammy. Okay, so let's see how we do with this. I'm going to chop a little bit more off the top of this picture, just so I can fit a border. All right, here we go. I think I've got it. All right, none of these little pieces are gonna match. So let's see here. I had two 4x4s. That's these two. And then these are two. Okay, so let's start with, I got to get my big trimmer for this. Where did I put my big trimmer? I had my class yesterday. Oh, I left it downstairs. Okay, well, let's see here. I'll bring out the trimmer just for the moment. Let's see here. Happy Sunday to you too, Cindy. Okay, here we go. Now, my white willow. Are you working on any projects this morning? I'm gonna do a 4x4 here. And then I'm gonna do, now, did I cut 4x4 or did I cut them? Nope, I did 3 3/4, so that's good. Okay, so I've got 1 and 2 and 3, and this one I'll cut down a little bit more. Okay, So let me just get this out of the way for a moment. We'll bring it back in as we need it. And I've got really skinny borders over there, so I think I want to do the same here. Let's see. So instead, I did 3 3/4 there, so I'm going to do 3 7/8 for these skinny borders. Yes. One more skinny like that. How are you feeling, Cindy? You doing better? This is my last push to get my stuff done for on stage next week. Oh my gosh. I still have some swaps to finish up, and but I'm in good shape with those, I think. Let's see here. What was this one? This is 3 3/8. So this one needs to be 3 1/2. I have just one more swap to finish, and then I need to take a look at my like roommate gifts kind of thing and see where I'm at. Okay, so that looks good so far. Let's tape these on just so I can have them out of the way. I love this picture of me and my dad. I got an extra copy for him and me so that we can, I put that on crooked, hold on. Of course, I added a lot of tape, which normally I don't add that much tape to my back. Okay, that was a little bit of a disaster there, but we can fix it. Everything is fixable. There we go. That looks better. All right, let's put the correct amount of tape on, just some in the corners. And we'll do this and that. There. That looks good. Those two are done. And then we'll add this one too. I'm glad you're getting better every day. That's awesome. Okay, so now we've got these 3 done. This is how this is going. This is going to come down here. No, this is going over here, and then this, and then this. Okay. So let's see here. I need some white willow. That one's good. Let's see how tall that picture was. Okay, so I need a 3 3 7/8 for that one. I get my photos printed at a company in Iowa called MPix. M like mom, Pix. They do a fabulous job. They color correct and everything. They have tons of sales too. So like I got these prints at 30% off. And then if you have a $35 order, it's free shipping. And they just are so personable, because I had a question about one of my orders and the lady got right back to me. So I highly recommend them. And these are real prints. They're not like what you'd get at, oh, I didn't mean to put tape on that. I have to stop talking. They are not like the ones you get at CVS, which are just printed on paper. These are real prints, which is brings you back in time, right? All right, let's cut this one down. And then, let's see here, I need it right about there. My daughter, the one that got married, actually used them to print her photos. And so she's the one that hooked me up with them. I take so many photos that if I didn't put as many photos on my pages, I would be throwing away photos, which I can't do. I cannot do that. So I'm looking for a little bit more white willow. Let's see here. So I will cram them on. I'll have the pictures developed smaller, whatever I need to do to fit the pictures. Now, when I had these developed, I wasn't sure how many I was going to put on each page. But, okay, so that one's 4.5 by 3 5/8. So let's do 3 5/8 down. I think it was 3 3/8. Nope, 5/8. Good. So when I cut my white willow down, I'm looking for like columns of 4, typically, for my photo mounts. So that's why I cut the 3 5/8 first instead of the 4.5, because then I can't get 3 columns. And most pictures are developed at 4 by 6, so it's pretty easy to chop off a 1/4 inch so you get the margin that you are looking for. Hope that makes sense. All right, 4 1/2. Let's. Ooh, a nice new blade cuts so nicely. Okay, let's put that right there. All right, so this is my scrap. Put this together. And because I don't do a lot of journaling, I don't need to leave these big spaces for telling the story. I usually just let the pictures tell the story. And let's see here. This is coming down. This one needed to get... Did I not cut a piece for this one? Oh, but look, I had a scrap. So yay. Yay for scraps. So people are leaving for on stage, you know, if you wanted to get a little bit sightseeing done. And so we're going on Wednesday. And we get in pretty early on Wednesday. I don't know if I'll be awake, but hopefully I can get a little sleep on the plane because it's a time change for us. Quite significant. And then the fun is going to begin. But I know my friend Kim is going to the one in Australia. And my friend Marissa is doing some sightseeing first. So, yeah. Oh, I did that again. Okay, so let's see. This picture's going up here. This picture's going here. This one's going here. This one's going down here. Or wait a minute, I had it this way. This over here and this one here. So I'm going to put that down because I have tape on it. Let's see if that, I don't need it to be perfectly, that tape is sticky. All right, so I know I'm doing it backwards. I'm doing the middle row first, but that's because I want to make sure that I have enough room for the photos. All right, so let's put the outside one down. And let's see, this photo's coming in, so I need to make sure that I have enough room. So these aren't going to be in a perfect straight line, but you know what? I'm okay with that. Because you have to make it work for your pictures, right? Okay, so that's down. This one can come over. These can kind of come over, and that leaves me some room for some doodads. Like I have doodads over here, so that'll be nice. So this page, I guess, is about my mom and dad. I got a lot of pictures of them. I was very happy they could make it because this wedding was on an island and we had to take a pontoon boat. And I don't know, it was just like something very different than what my parents are, you know, a typical wedding. And I wasn't sure how they would do with it. And they did great. Of course, having fantastic weather for an outdoor wedding was fantastic. Let's see, I'm going to do that and then I'll bring these guys over a little. I can tip them the right way. If I tip them, does that look dumb if one picture is tipped? I'm going to wait and see what you guys think of that. Let's see what I have for doodads. Okay. I've got In the Life. That is not. Let's see. Beautiful Day. Ooh, that might be good, but I don't know if I have enough room for that big one. Let's see what else we've got here. Yep, here's a sticker. Another sticker, another couple flowers, so that's good. That'll tie those in. And let's see here. Okay, I think I got enough to start with. So let's see, I have this big space here, so let's see what I have for big space. Let's see here. Beautiful Day. I could cover up my dad's head. Just kidding, Dad. Let's see. Yeah, this is not gonna fit. Beautiful Day. If I could somehow get, let me see if my corner rounder is big enough to cut that down. Let me see. Let's see if that's going to be big enough. Ooh, I think it is. All right, let's see. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it in the Life because it's the same size and I'm not going to use this one. So if I cut this off, it's my little chop chop, cut this off like that, and then put it in my corner rounder. Let's see what it comes out to look like. Did I do something wrong? I think it's just going to be a little too big for the doorway. Okay, so we're going to just keep chopping a little bit because I need to know how much to. So that is 7/8 of an inch. Okay, that's still too big. So I need, let's say, that's too small. Here we go. So I could have done Yeah, it's not gonna cut right. So let's go to plan B. Plan B is to take a circle punch and let's see if I've got one here that will work. Let's see. I'm looking for one that doesn't have a scallop edge. Okay, here's one. Let's see if I did something like this. Here we go. Let's just, this is my test again. Let me clean up the edge. Okay, and then we're just going to put it in like so on the edge and round it a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's see if I can take this off. Beautiful. Yeah, I got to cut that way down. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. Okay. Ooh, that looks good. All right, so now I think I have to come a little bit closer to the L on beautiful. This is like winging it on the fly. So that's more than like making it up as you go, because I'm really winging it. Okay, there. Now I got to do this side, and I'm going to come as close to the B as I can so that they matchy. Let's see here what's happening with this. Okay. And there you go. Look at that. Beautiful day. And that kind of solves my crooked photo issue. And let's see if I can tuck this under even under this photo here. I didn't. There. Kind of, whoops, underneath. There we go. Just a smidge. Straighten the guys out. Put my beautiful day on. And it's going to hide. Now, I don't know if I like that because nobody else is touching. And I also don't know if I like it crooked. So we might have to do it this way though. I mean, I could always turn. No, I don't think I have room to turn anybody else crooked anyways. All right. So I'm going to leave that there for a moment till I decide. And then I have these beautiful flowery ones. We can do something like that. Maybe that's too big for right there. And something like that. Okay, we'll do. Let's see what we've got. Oh, this one has an extra leaf on it. I am going to chop that off. And I'm going to replace this other leaf because I don't like that that one is not quite right. So let me get rid of the stem here. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing good. And let's round this one off. Then we'll glue it back together and it will not show that there was ever a problem. I'm going to do this. Chop. I don't want to make you nervous, but chop, chop. There. Let's do that. I think Debbie was at cheer today because she's not here. So her granddaughters did really well in the cheering. Okay, so let's see. I kind of liked all of this. Let's turn the leaves so that they're not on my head. Let's see here. Like that. Okay, I like that. This here, I like this. Now, I need like a journaling. I'm going to need a little tiny journaling box. Just a little one. Let's see, if I put this in the middle and make a tag. Or I could do this one. Picture perfect, I could do that. Cherish every day. I like that one too. So if we do something like this and cover the top, let's see here. Let me see what I'm going to do here. I'm going to cut this down to 2, and then I'm going to really cut it up. We want it to be a rectangle though, because my area here is a rectangle. So if I do something like that, and then something like this, yep, I like it. I better do my journaling before I stick it down though. So let's see here. The guests have arrived. My mom and dad. Let's see, mom and dad. David escorting my mom, my dad escorting me. The guests, let's see. We've got Ryan and Chris and his brother Ryan. And do I need to name everybody? I think I do. Chris and Ryan. Patiently waiting for the bride. David escorted my mom. And my dad escorted me. There. So just a little bit so we know who's in the picture. And let's see here, and I'm going to put this right here. Cherish every day. If I can get it on straight, cheers. How's that? It doesn't look straight, but I don't know if it's because my writing was on a slant. Okay, so we have that, and let's see if I have any little doodaddy things that I could stick on. I thought I saw one. Okay, I'm going to pop this one up. Just the day I'm going to pop it. I don't know where my dimensionals are, so I'm cutting one of the dimensional foam strips. So that works. Well, actually it's a foam adhesive sheet. So it comes as a, I don't know, 4.5 by, Cindy, does this look funny that this is the only one that's crooked? Okay. Let's see here. Did I get it so it's not showing? Almost. Almost. There we go. So that's going to get popped up. And I think I'm going to pop up beautiful too. But you know why? Because I can. I don't pop up much in my books. Sometimes though, you got to just do the title. Let's see here. I'm going to keep that like so. And then we'll do it like so. It's a beautiful morning. It certainly was a beautiful day. All right, and I think I want to add the date because I don't think on this side I said anything about the date. So let me get my journaling pen again. 9/28/2024. Oh my gosh, I got another page. It was funny because I had a class yesterday and, oh, here's some doodads. And Marty was downstairs helping me set up. And he saw I had these scrapbooking pages hanging up. And I guess I haven't showed him. So I'm moving this up a little. And he's like, oh, these are great. Great pictures. Great everything. And I'm like, oops, I guess I should have showed him. There. So I've got a little sticker there. Let me round off this one. And for this, so this, I like this. That is nice. Okay. I'm not sure I like this though. Let's see here. Not sure. Okay, so we're going to peel that off, and then let me just take this up again. I am going to chop that down. Let's see here. Nothing like getting tape on my trimmer, but sometimes you gotta just do it, right? Oh, I got it all over my trimmer. Okay, let me just reapply a little bit because I peeled it off and put it back on. Okay, so I'm gonna put it, oh, I'm really crooked, aren't I? Oh no. Let's see if I can straighten that. I'm really making a mess. I might have to make a new journaling. Let's see if this is rescuable. rescuable. How about that for a good word? All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm starting over with the journaling. Let me lift this up before it sticks permanently. And this is what I'm going to do. Where's another skinny? I got a skinny right here. That's a little too skinny, but let's see what else I got here. This one's too skinny. This one is, let's see here. Okay, so that is 1 7/8. I've got glue all over my trimmer. All right, 2 7/8. So let's do that. No, 1 7/8. Do as I say, not as I do, right? Okay, so if I do that and I put something like this at the top, let me just cut that down a little bit more. I've got an idea. So all right, and then let's see here. Let's see what I can get this, how good I can get this. Ooh, pretty good. Sorry, I feel like I've spent the whole hour trimming. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to round this over with my scissors, following my sticker, and I'm going to make a little tag. Let's see here, a little bit better. Okay, and then let's see if I can get this up before it sticks all the way. Come on. Okay, to cover where I just cut, I'm just scooching that up a little. There, so it's a nice cut edge. Okay, and this, there. So I made a tag at the top. It's going to be like that, and then I need to chop it down a little bit. And then I'm going to have this at the bottom of my tag. Okay, now I have this space for my journaling. Let's see what I wrote. I want to try to write it the same way, but maybe not quite so curvy on my writing. Let's see. Awaiting the bride. The bride. David escorted my mom and my dad escorted me. I'll still do my heart, and then I can do 9, 28, 24. Okay, I like that a lot, if I do say so myself. There. All right, that worked out great. Let me get rid of all my goopy stuff. I got sticky on my, I'm going to put this one back so I can use it on another page. All my scraps. Oh my gosh, I made a mess today. I can't believe it took me an hour to do one side of the page, but in my defense, I did have a lot of photos to work on. Okay, so let's look at where we're at. Gosh. All right, so I have, let's see how we're flowing. Okay, so remember these are 2-page spreads, so when you open your album, you're gonna start left to right. And I have this on a flip flap because I'm going to put something else under there. I'm not sure what. I think I have a picture of us on the boat, but whatever. Okay, so we've got this is before, and then we're walking in, and then Marty is escorting Heidi down the aisle, and here they are getting married. Isn't that fun? Oh, so now what I have left to do for this event is I have my before, like us getting ready. Here we are getting our hair done and stuff like that. And then I have Chris getting ready with his brother. And then I have the reception. So, and then I'll be done. So I have my pictures already organized and selected for, like, I think I'm gonna do a page. Well, I was kind of hoping I could do one page of the girls and one page of the guys, but I don't know if I will be able to do that. So I might have to do a second spread, but then I don't know if I have enough of these pictures to do 2-page. Oh yeah, I do. These will be spread out pictures and these will be clumped in pictures. So let me bring you back. Here's my little mousie. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this morning and crafted along with me. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for popping on, and feel free to share my video. I love the scrapbooking. I love the kits that Stampin' Up! Has come out with because I love looking at my pictures, and this is forcing me to put them in a photo album like we used to, which is we go through our photo albums. So I'm almost ready to put this whole wedding in my album. And then we have the party before the wedding where it was a lot of family, and that's a whole nother kit because we had one of my brothers made up 22 people that came to the party. He's got a lot of kids and they have kids. So I got a lot of pictures. So we'll be doing that one after I get done this, and then I can put them in the album. So I look terrible. Oh my gosh. I look like I just got out of bed, but I didn't. So anyways, have a great Sunday, everyone. And I'll see you. I won't be here next week because I'll be at On Stage. But when I get back, I will have lots to share with you. So take care, and thanks again for popping on.